now, we welcome our esteemed founder chairman, Captain Gopinath Dhayalan sir, to shed light on this exciting journey and say a few words about our enthusiastic graduates.
Before we continue, let us pause to recognize the presence of our chairman sir, whose visionary leadership has played a crucial role in steering our school towards unparalleled excellence. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the chairman of our school as he takes the stage.
Good evening, one and all present here. Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. A. Kambaram, a professor, head of the Department, Mechanical Engineering, Aruna Engineering College. Other esteemed guests, my dear team members, dear parents, students, and tiny tots. It's a great honor for me to have you all here on this occasion of pre-primary graduation day and prize distribution ceremony for our primary and secondary students. You all aware, pre-primary schooling is a very important stage in a kid's life. When you talk about pre-primary schooling, it comes between the age of 2 to 6. This age, 2 to 6, is a very important age in any human being life because our neuron connections are very well developed and it is very well connected so that whatever you teach the kids at this age, they grasp everything. Indeed, the 90% of the IQ development, that is an emotional quotient, and the intelligent quotient, IQ and EQ, both the developments happen at this particular age. So it is very important for our parents to choose a right school for pre-primary education, because we cannot have a pre-primary education on a trial and error basis. We should have a structured approach, a process-oriented approach when it comes to the pre-primary education. For the very same reason, in our Mount Litera and as well as in Kidzee, we have this Pentimine curriculum, one of the India's topmost curriculum, and which attends to the 5 minds of the children. And it takes care of the overall or holistic development of the child. It attends to the developments of skills like cognitive, interpersonal, intrapersonal, linguistic, arithmetic, fine motor, gross motor. So all these skills development, it takes care in uniform manner so that at the end of the day, the kids are going to have a holistic education when they are into our Kidzee and Mount Litera pre-primary curriculum, which is Pentimine curriculum. And these students is not only the pre-primary forms a base or foundation for their future education, but pre-primary also creates memories for both parents as well as for the students. The graduation day is one of the endeavour to create memory for both parents as well as for the students. Now when they are graduating in the pre-primary, now they are stepping into the formative education, which is the primary education. So in the formative education, we have a Litera Octave curriculum and LR and blended learning design. Again, it is a structured and process-oriented curriculum approach which gives a formative education and gives a very strong foundation for their future higher secondary as well as higher secondary education as well as their career. So I wish all the very best for our pre-primary students who are getting graduated today. And there are a lot of primary and secondary students who had a constant and consistent efforts in various disciplines and going to get awarded on this grand platform. And I wish all the very best for those students as well who put in their heart and soul into their schooling endeavour. Coming to our life, we as a parent, we want to have our students to have a beautiful life. All the parents here, you all want to have create a beautiful life for your students? Yes or no? How many of you want to create a beautiful life for your student? Please raise your hand. Because I am also. Because I also have, as a parent, want to create a beautiful life for my children. God has given this wonderful 70, 80 years of a life. God has given this wonderful human body. In fact, we have been the recipients of choicest bounties of the heaven. And we are the privileged people, all here are privileged people who have a beautiful family, wonderful career. If you consider the 5 important factors of the life, like healthy body, healthy mind, wonderful family, very good friends, fine education, fine businesses, and fine jobs. So all these 5 important factors of the life, only 2% of the people on this earth will have all these 5 important factors together in the life. And we all, the privileged people, who fall into the 2% people category. So life is beautiful. You all agree with me. But we must understand and we must always think how to make it more beautiful. So I am going to talk about 4 important principles on this arena so that we can make our life as well as our kids' life more beautiful. First important factor or principle, what you should understand is, you should understand about the preciousness of the life or the human body, the preciousness of the human body, what God has given to you. Our human body is so precious. If someone gives you diamond, give a gift diamond, you know its preciousness. So what you do it? You treasure it. You preserve it. Same way, if you understand the preciousness of a human body, you treasure it, you save it, you take care of it very well. One of the American scientists, they are trying to build an artificial human body in a laboratory, a lifeless human body. Because if it is made in a laboratory, it is lifeless. When they are trying to make lifeless human body in a laboratory, it is going to cost around $5 trillion. It is going to cost around $5 trillion US dollars. It is more than the debt of entire America. Even then, if you put a spoon of ice cream into the mouth of this lifeless human body, it is not going to melt because it is lifeless. Our heart pumps about 500 million liters of this blood in its entire lifetime. Such a wonderful organ, such a wonderful pumping capacity God has gifted you. Our kidney is having about 1 lakh filters. Such a wonderful filtering system God has gifted you. Our liver is producing more than 200 chemicals in a day. That makes your day. You start your day, if your liver produces 200 chemicals in a day, then only your night falls. That means you need these 200 chemicals to maintain your metabolism of your body. Even the D. Jones, which is the biggest chemical factory in Houston, in America, it produces only about 60 to 80 chemicals in a day. But our liver produces 200 chemicals in a day. It is on demand sometimes. When you use your finger somewhere between the doors and get injured, and our brain senses, that is the pain senses, raises alarm to the brain that it need a pain relief chemical. The brain immediately triggers the liver for releasing the brain pain relief chemical. And once it is made ready, it informs the mind. And the mind commands the blood system to carry this pain relief chemical to the tip of the finger which is got injured. The blood forms the groups of cells where it accommodates this pain relief chemical, carries all the way to the tip of the finger, and where it disintegrates and release the chemical. That's what you get relief from the pain. Such a wonderful system the God has created, right? If you talk about our nervous system, we have arteries and veins, our nervous system. So one of the scientists, he imagined, if you pull out our entire arteries and veins, which is there in our body, our 6 feet body, laid as a network which drives our entire body. If you pull out these arteries and veins and lay in one single line, you know how much distance it extends up to? It extends up to 60,000 miles. Our arteries and veins, if you lay in a single line, it extends up to 60,000 miles. So all these arteries and veins laid in a single body in a network. So God has created such a wonderful human body. You should understand the preciousness of the possession what you have, first of all. If you understand the preciousness of the possession what you have, then only you will be able to take care of it, use in an optimum, not just the energy level, not just the entertainment level, with the most optimum level, so that you will lead a healthy life. So the first important principle in your life is, please teach your kids to take care of the body, which is one of the precious gift by the God. And the second important principle to live a beautiful life is the glory of the human life. When you talk about the glory of the human life, our human life should differentiate from the life of animals. If we constantly live with low thinking, low emotions, and low kind of attitudes, then there is no difference between a human life and animal life. Then you are living animal life. When you start your day, when you start your scheduled life, and you start your day after morning routine, go for a walk or jog, and then you go to the office, spend 6 to 8 hours in your office, earn money for your family, and then you come back, spend a couple of hours in your TV, and then have dinner, and spend a couple of hours in your newspaper, make a couple of calls to your dear ones and your friends, and then spend a good time with your children, and then go to sleep. This is the scheduled life what most of us are living. If you are living a scheduled life likewise, it is no difference than a cat life, a dog life, and a donkey life. Because they even live the same scheduled life. They also, as you go, get up in the morning and then go to the office, they also go for a hunting. As you go and earn money for your family to feed food, they also go do hunting and bring prey to feed the children. As you spend time with your family in the evening, and they also spend the time with the family in the evening. So living a scheduled life and getting adjusted to it and carrying it lifelong is not a glory of the human life. The glory of the human life comes by right kind of thinking and right kind of emotions. If you have a right kind of balance between your mind and your heart, and if you have a right kind of emotions and expressing in a right manner, that is where the glory of human beings comes. At the end of the day, human beings are bundle of his own thoughts. If you think right, if you think good, if you think ethical, your actions follows your thinking. Because what you think the whole day, you will become at the end of the day. What you think whole life, you will become at the end of your life. The thinking makes all the difference. So if you have the right kind of thinking, and if you have the right kind of emotions, and expressing your emotions in the right manner, then you are living a dignified life. The glory of the human life comes by living a dignified life. That is what you have to teach your students when they grow up. This is the second important principle what you should discuss with your kids when they grow up, or teach your kids when they grow up, so that they can make the life beautiful and they can make the life wonderful. And the third important principle to make the life beautiful is, so understand the limitations of the time what you have in your life. If you understand the limitations of your time, you will use your time not only judicially, you will use your time effectively. You all aware, in 24 hours of your time, 24 into 60, we have about 86,400 seconds. Out of this 86,400 seconds in a day, about 1.5 lakh people leave this earth every day. A simple calculation, about every 2 seconds, 3 people leave this earth every day. I started this talk almost 10 minutes now. 10 into 6, 60, 600 minutes. So in these 600 minutes, about almost 900 people left this earth. That means in this past 10 minutes, about 900 people left this earth. No one can guarantee you will see many tomorrows, right? No one can guarantee. No one will be able to guarantee that you will see many tomorrows. If that is the case, you should understand the limitations of the time what you have in hand. Out of 24 hours, you sleep 8 hours in a day. That means 1/3 of your daily life goes in sleeping. If you take the average human being life of about 70 years and you arithmetically calculate, almost 23 years of your life you are going to spend in only sleeping. 23 years of your life you are going to be on the bed sleeping. You don't know whether you exist or not. You don't know what is happening around. That is the life is all about. So you have very limited time in this life. So understanding this principle that you have limited time on this earth, on this life, you should teach your kids to use this time judicially and meaningfully so that they will succeed in life, they will win the life. This is the third important principle what we have to teach your kids. The fourth important principle to lead a beautiful life is human mind is capable of unimaginable growth. Human heart is capable of unimaginable love. Underlining this principle, I want to say one small story. It's not a story, it's a discovery we can call it. You all know the Japanese fish koi, Japanese koi. We have in Kidzee Padur also. This Japanese koi, KOI, or Japanese carp, CARP we call it. This fish, the group of scientists were investigating or trying to understand its life and understand its growth. Because this fish when it is born, it is about 1 to 1.25 inches. And when they put this fish, when it is born into a bucket, a bathroom tub we can call it, they go only up to 2 to 3 inches. And the same fish, when it is born, when you put in a bigger fish tank, it grows up to 6 to 8 inch. And the same fish, when you put in a lake or a pond, a bigger water body, it grows up to 3 feet. It is really miraculous. A fish which is of same DNA and same phylum it grows 2 to 3 inches in a bucket of water, and it grows 4 to 6 inches when you put in a fish tank, and it grows to 3 feet when you put in a lake or a pond. It really baffled the scientists. It is beyond any human imagination. It is beyond the ken of the human intelligence. We are really wondering, after a long research and thought process, they come to a conclusion. You grow in life according to the thinking limitations you accept in your life. You grow in your life according to the thinking limitations you accept in your life. So the fish, when it is put in a bucket of water, it sets its limitation. It has only so much limited space to grow. That's why it grows only up to 2 to 3 inches. And when it is put in a pond or a lake, which is much bigger water body, where it has much bigger space to grow and much bigger space to swim around, so it grows up to 3 feet. So the same DNA, the same phylum, it grows into different sizes in different environment because it accepts its limitation. At the end of this research, they made a final concluding statement. The same applies for human being as well. Because the fish is very low in the animal phylum, so it is related to the physical development. Whereas for human beings, it is related to your mental development and your emotional development. As I already said, human mind is capable of unimaginable growth. Human heart is capable of unimaginable love. So this principle applies here. If you take the human mind, for humans, if you don't accept the limitations, if you think the sky is the limit, then your mind will grow unimaginably well. You will achieve unimaginable tasks. You will have unimaginable outcome in your life, and you will spread across unimaginable love with your near and dear ones and your fellow members. That makes the life wonderful. That makes the life beautiful. To sum up these 4 important principles, the first I told you, understand the preciousness of the gift given by the God, that is our human body. So use it effectively, preserve it, so that you lead a healthy life. And the second important principle I talked about it is understand the glory of the human life. The glory of the human life is to have a very good balance between your head and heart. If you have a very good balance between your head and heart, you will have a dignified life. The glory of the human life is to live a dignified life. And third important principle I talked about is understand the limitations of the time what you have. So use the time judiciously and wisely. And fourth important principle what I talked about is human mind is capable of unimaginable growth. Human heart is capable of unimaginable love. So if you don't set limit for yourself, if you don't have any limitations in your life, the human mental capacity is to grow tremendously well and in an unimaginable manner, and you can achieve unimaginable things in your life. These 4 important principles you must teach your kids when they grow up in your life to be a very good citizens for tomorrow. With this, I conclude my speech. I once again wish all the very best for my tiny tots who is going to be on the stage, who is going to get graduated. I wish all the very best for these youngsters who is going to undergo the primary education with us. And I also wish all the very best for our primary and secondary students who put the tremendous hard work to achieve in various disciplines. I congratulate them. Have a great day. Have a great day. have a great celebration. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless India.